Near the start of the project, I performed an initial questionnaire to gauge my audience's interests in order to see what they would want from a romantic comedy. I asked them why their favourite rom-com film is their favourite. The majority of people said it was because it was realistic and relatable. From then on, I strived to make a film that my audience could relate to. The uses and gratification theory reinforces the importance of making characters and themes more relatable. It says that a use of consuming media is for personal identity. This means that some audience members consume media for the purpose of finding reinforcements for their own personal feelings and values. They are able to relate to the media. In this case, my audience even preferred that they wanted a piece of media they could relate to. They are an active audience seeking justification for their own behaviour. This is possibly because they are not mainstream and their ideals are more unique and niche, so find it difficult to relate to most mainstream things. Mark is a reflection of my audience. I intended him to be relatable. He's in their age group, he's a student, and he's not mainstream. He's a little odd. In these shots, Mark's facial expression and gesture make him look relatable and a little silly. It is always good to laugh at the silly things we do. This is something my target audience agreed with, as they again in another feedback session said that they like Mark and thought my sequence was funny. Another relatable aspect of my opening sequence was the main theme. Trying to find a girlfriend or boyfriend is something that most people have experienced and can relate to. My audience age group should have had some sort of romantic experience. Another theme that is presented is confession. He's trying to explain his actions because he's been misunderstood or he did the wrong thing. Most people have experienced this, even people younger than my audience. I also asked my audience about their own personal experiences on their first date. I attained that most of them have had good dates at restaurants or pubs, and would be able to identify with a date that occurred in that sort of setting. With this knowledge, I was able to choose my setting and be sure that my target audience would see a restaurant as an acceptable and relatable place for a date.